Hello and welcome to Wizard Tank Gaming. My name is Adam. Let's go.
All right, guys. My name's Adam. Welcome to Wizard Tank Games. I'm your host and DM. We're gonna dive into the game. It was crazy. But the next week or two or three are gonna be the craziest, I think. Leading up to this.
Let's go, boys.
Last week, the team had followed their guide Telgren to the Gith outpost and found that it had been destroyed. It was in shambles. It was literally burning. A few corpses littered the streets, including one of which was an adult red dragon. The team quickly realized that there was one survivor, a Gith sorcerer by the name of Kaszuuth, who told them that the mind flayers had come up from their city, Mazrinder, and had attacked the outpost and killed everyone, and only he was able to survive. The team then, over the course of some tense decision-making, decided to follow Kaszuuth in a way that would shave off several days from their journey to the city, but was in fact dangerous. And this aligned itself with the vision that Vrogs had had from Melora. They made their way through the Valley of Teeth, I think it was, Valley of Teeth, and were attacked by some large bug-like creatures, but were able to make it to the end of this several-mile run before they made it through the Narrows, a very tight and claustrophobic climb that lasted quite a while. And ultimately, they found themselves nearing the point of the city that the Gith were originally going to breach. Their plan was to breach into the city through a back wall that they had found is maybe 10 to 20 feet thick and allow them to infiltrate into the Mind Flayer city and destroy them from within. Obviously, they didn't get this chance, but as they near the breach point that Kaszuuth had told them about, they round the corner and they see in front of them mind flayers. A series of mind flayers in front of them. Quickly, they are surrounded as several mind flayers close in the gap behind. And Kaszuuth, under the guise of walking forward to make some sort of amends, pulls off of his helmet. And at this point, the skeleton crew sees that the back of his skull had been scooped away and that there is a brain-like entity that now lives within his skull. A intellect devourer had ended Kaszuuth some time ago, and the ambush had been set and sprung perfectly, as now the skeleton crew finds themselves surrounded by Illithid, and Kaszuuth vanishes from sight. That's where we're gonna pick up, on the outskirts of Mazrinder. Skeleton crew, what would you like to do with a contingent of mind flayers in front and behind you?
Do they all look the same, or is there like an obvious leader of the group?
I would say that as odd as this is, for most people, they look pretty much the same, horrifying. But for you, you can see subtle details, subtle shifts in the way that some of them are. There does appear to be one that looks a little bit bigger and a little bit more not adorned. Adorned. I was like, it's not an O. Why can't I think of it? Yeah, a little bit more adorned. His garments are a little bit more distinct. Also, I'm just going to let everybody know, I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous with all of the potentials that lie before us. I don't know what you guys are going to do. I don't know what's going to happen. Kind of
I have that new ability where I can reach into like the group's mind and like we can communicate. Can I reach into any minds around me?
You do not know. Although
I'm going to try.
This is a meta. As you walk in here, just before the Illithid appear, you do hear this like faint buzzing, almost like if you were to hear somebody whispering on the other side of the room. Like you can tell that they're talking and you can hear a conversation, but it's very distant. You kind of have that sensation in the back of your mind.
any form of aggression, and I'm gonna shoot a 4th level acid stream down the back hallway there.
So you, in fact, ready that as a spell?
Yeah.
Okay. This means that whether your trigger happens or not, you are gonna lose. You're gonna lose that spell slot.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can reach out to the group.
To your group?
No, the other group of all the
Right.
illithid. Telepathically. I'm not trying to pry into their minds. I'm just trying to talk.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. Where's Torval?
He awaits you in the city. We are to bring you to him.
Okay, we're willing to follow. This is kind of like a welcoming party. They're just gonna kind of take us to Torval. Is everyone cool?
You, as you walk in here, just before the illithid appear, you do hear this like. You are gonna lose. You're gonna lose that spell slot.
That's fine.
Okay.
We're willing to follow. This is kind of like a welcoming party. They're just gonna kind of take us to Torval. Is everyone cool? I'm saying this out loud to the rest of the group.
As long as they stay out of my brain.
Yes, frogs. I don't think they're interested in your brain.
Your brother was.
Yeah, he got what he needed. It was more trying to get to me, not intercept what you wanted.
I don't think I knew that, to be honest.
No, I told you guys.
You told us he was digging through our heads?
Yeah, because I told Knock about his helmet stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are of accord?
Yeah. What did you say?
I think they've decided to cooperate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not trying to kill us, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're doing anything. I just am like every time Taryn looks in my direction, I'm just kind of lightly scowling at him. Just watching what he's doing. Not lightly scowling, just slightly.
I asked the group if they were cool with it, and no one responded. Frogs only said, "I don't want my brains eaten." Knock, Carmack, are you guys okay?
Okay, and so it is at this point that the illithid that you were talking to, which you know to be directly in front of you, you can just kind of sense the location. Again says to you,
We were sent to weed out aggression. One of you has hand on hilt, another has a spell prepared. You will not be allowed to enter the city under these circumstances.
Wait, who's got their hand on their hilt?
you kind of like turn around to check your team. You can see Vrogs, who's like kind of tingling with arcane energy. Oh my gosh, guys. You're just gonna have to let it go because it's gonna happen a lot. So Vrogs is like tingling in arcane energy, and Nock has his hand on his spell cleaver.
Oh, Knock. They feel like we're being aggressive. I think we should just walk through. Don't worry about pulling out your sword. Your mind is protected. Frogs, let go of the spell.
Knock. What do we have that we can trust them with?
Well, I mean, they could pretty much kill us pretty quickly. So the fact that they haven't, pretty good sign of faith. There's like 20 of them, right?
No.
Right now
that
you
that
can
we can see.
Yeah, I've got 8 on the board that you can see. You did lose sight of Kaszuuth, as he became invisible.
Are we still talking in our minds right now?
You are talking out loud. Taryn is speaking telepathically with them.
Okay.
I did speak to you, Danny, but I don't know if you heard that.
When Taryn makes the comment about they could kill us, I'm gonna say, yeah, I've never seen a cat play with a mouse before. Solid point.
Danny?
I mean, dude, you don't have to come. If you guys want to turn around, go for it. The package has been delivered.
That's what she said, but I'm coming. What'd you say, Josh?
Also what you said.
That's what she said.
I was talking to you when Justin answered me. That I said, what do we have to trust them?
Well, we've got Taryn, and I trust him. And as I let go of my I just imagine like it's weird because like you would see his hand leave, but like there's like a red hot handprint there, like where it was like
That's
like
cool.
like
Is
Mike, did you get those elves?
is there any way I can sleight of hand the spell
You can try and make a sleight of hand check.
just to make it hidden?
Do you have the
What kind of is there verbal somatic?
Let me look.
That's
Hold
gonna
on.
be a big deal.
I didn't look that far into it.
If you have somatic,
He's
maybe.
like he's
If
subtly,
it's got
he just
verbal
turns around.
also?
Yeah, it's verbal, somatic, or whatever N is.
It's all of them?
Yeah.
Ooh. Verbal, somatic, and material?
So you're like, but at this point you're holding the spell in your hand. So what you're gonna try to make a performance to see if you can make it look like you just like let it like shake it out. Like, oh, okay, just kidding. Sign.
All right.
What's the material?
I feel like Rox is also you're also pretty smart. You know these guys can just read your mind. Really know.
That's true.
But to be fair, I mean, I could probably make it to where there's not a whole lot going up there.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20?
Yep.
Okay.
What do you think about Beck?
Just because somebody's got to see this. My D20s. Yeah, check that out, Dan.
What was it? I can't
I
see
gave
it.
him a hedge. I rolled double ones.
Nice.
They've never seen this before in their lives.
I mean, to be fair, they're not super about magic.
Arcane's not really. That's pretty taboo.
And so you kind of drip this out. You've already established your verbal component and your material component. So right now you're just kind of holding it within your hands, and you do like this little bit of an illusion type thing that makes it look like you just stripped the magic off, but you're still holding it.
Okay.
Does that register?
Yeah, I gave him advantage, but I think at this point, again, this is kind of meta, but the reason that they let that slide is that he's not their primary focus. They are because they're a hive mind. Torval is excited, so they are excited.
Right.
And so with that, as you guys have made this
There we go.
you guys have made the decision to cooperate. They begin to move apart, just behind you, and I'm sorry, the ones in front of you move apart, and in a way you see the wall. Somebody say my name? No? Okay.
I want to like fade from.
Okay.
Be at wherever like this. Like
Okay,
wherever
so
we're at.
that gap right back there, you can see like where the two
Yeah.
pieces come together. If you can move that apart just about 5 feet, as they have created this opening.
Yeah, you see me back there, I'm just like coming into view.
Go ahead and drop your guy in that space then. Yeah, and so you have dropped the illusion that was protecting this portion of the wall. But just as this happens, you lose sight of that wall behind you and all of the mind flayers in front of you as this impenetrable darkness fills the room. You see a volley of crossbows fire toward the mind flayers behind you. And I will go ahead and have everyone roll initiative.
Heck yeah, we do.
For me.
Wait, what just happened?
So you see this almost like a wall of darkness fill your vision ahead of you.
20.
Do I get to?
Run hot, boys.
There he goes.
Natural.
Is that a magical darkness?
Yes, you can see directly through it, Carmack.
No problem.
Okay.
But as you turn around, you can see 1, 2, 3 of the mind flayers behind you drop instantly unconscious. One of them has been hit with a crossbow, but is still awake. But you also see in the middle of that darkness 4 elven figures drop.
Adam,
Yes.
would I have gotten to cast my spell? Because I said any form of aggression.
If you would like to, although to be clear, you've not been targeted.
Well, I didn't say me targeted. I just said any form of aggression.
Sure, fire at whoever you want.
I was firing it back towards that that hallway. Was
Excellent.
the plan?
This is going to be a dex save.
Yes, sir. This is level 4. My spell save is
What are you doing back there?
my save DC is a 14.
Behind him.
Say about the one roll.
And it's 5 feet wide, 30 feet long.
Yo. We got Assassin's Creed over here. Dude.
Okay, so hit me with that. Hit me with that again one more time, Josh.
My spell save is a 14,
Right.
and then it is 5 feet wide and 30 feet long.
And what kind of a save is it?
I believe Dex.
Dex. Okay, and so you know on the board, are you able to see the numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have here, where's my pointer? You have here 1, 2, and 3 immediately fall unconscious. 4 is not unconscious. So do you want to do like this line and hit 1 and 3, or do you want to hit 2 and 4?
2 and 4.
2 and 4. All right, so 2.
Wait, are those the elves?
No,
Kidding?
they're mind flayers. Just so you know. So 2 is automatically going to fail. 4 is going to try to not fail.
Wait, so Vrogs hit the people that aren't attacking?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, he just saw stuff happening, so I said any form of aggression. We got hit with the darkness. People started dropping, so
You're hitting the people that weren't aggressive. That's weird.
Yep.
my back was turned because we
He
were
was
talking
startled.
as a group.
All right, do you, brother? Do you?
So that's going to be for a dex save, it's going to be a 14.
Oh, you got a 14?
Yes.
That's a save.
So
So
4
it
saves, 2 fails.
emanates a line 30 feet long, 5 feet wide.
Mhm.
Each creature must succeed a dex saving throw or be covered in acid for the spell's duration.
Awkward.
So they're not covered in acid, but they still take the damage, which
2
would
is.
be
2 failed.
2
Number
things.
Yeah, number 2 failed.
Oh, number 2 failed.
Yeah.
So he's covered in
Right where they-
he's covered in acid, and then at the beginning of each of his turn, he takes so it's 3.
There's like code back.
He'll take 64 on each of the beginning of each of his turns.
Might be a little more, dude.
6d4.
Yeah, because it says when you cast this ability is a second higher. Does that increase the? Because if they fail, they get covered in acid and takes 3d4 acid damage on the start of each of its turns. When I cast it at higher than a first level, it gets a d4 for each. Does that add on to that 3d4?
What? I missed all. I have no idea.
Okay,
What's the spell called?
it's called Acid Stream.
Can you also show me where the darkness is?
Yes. Acid stream.
I know it takes, if it's going to hit, so it will take 64 off the hit, but I'm confused about the start of each of their turns, how much damage they'll take.
Can I see these guys?
Yeah, they're behind. The elves are on your side of the darkness.
What are they? Are kind of games?
Dark elves.
They're just as bad. They're just as bad as the night players. Nasty. creeps.
Oh, so Acid Stream is archived on D&D. How are you seeing this, Josh? Where is that at?
It's a first level evocation spell. It says archived. It's a wizard spell.
Mine's when I try to click it, it says a page not found.
That's weird.
The night players are like creature.
I don't know. Try read it to me one more time. Sorry.
I'll read the whole thing. A stream of acid emanates from you in a line 30 feet long and 5 feet wide in a direction you choose. Each creature in the line must succeed a dex saving throw or be covered in acid for the spell's duration, or until a creature uses an action to scrape or wash the acid off itself or another creature. A creature covered in the acid takes 3d4 acid damage at the start of each of its turns. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, the damage increases by 1d4 for each slot level above first.
Okay.
Yeah, so it sounds like the.
Four.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, it's
I heard
all or
7.
nothing. So 2 fails. So he's going to, at the start of his turn, take 6d4 acid damage.
Okay.
And that's it. No, 4 is not affected by it because he succeeded.
Oh, it's all or nothing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine.
All right. Orb of Darkness. Let's spell that. Yeah.
That was a bit anticlimactic, but
Let's wait for jumps. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's why I'm still 230, dude.
All right. Orb of Darkness.
Yeah, but you're like 6 feet.
Not that much taller. How tall are you?
So you're 7'12", all right?
I'm not that tall. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, that distracted the
I
crap.
was like that tall too.
Okay, so the acid goes forward. It coats that creature.
I got you the yellow.
and
Yeah.
do I have any sorcery points left? That's no,
That would have been a readied action, so you wouldn't have the opportunity to use anything beyond that.
you're good.
But let's get initiative rolls from everybody. Let's hit it.
What up, buddy?
Can you guys hear okay, by the way?
I can hear it, right?
I can hear you.
Yep, we're good.
Excellent.
You were asking that.
I was actually asking you guys.
Oh.
Make sure that you guys could hear everybody else.
Oh.
I was having trouble hearing Josh a second ago.
I
but
agree.
good now.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, this is.
Let me roll for those guys.
Yeah, man.
These guys. Whew. All right. 25 to 20. Anybody 25 to 20?
He got a 20.
I got 21.
I
I got a 21.
Okay.
So Alton first. Sounds
That's
like.
what the
23.
The chalice in the palace.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like.
Actually, let me see.
Unless the Dro.
Here he goes.
They're nasty boys.
Let's see. What's my initiative for this guy?
Prove that it's true. The chalice from the palace is the
Plus 5. Yes, that's a 19.
chalice of
The
palace-
Dro,
There's some bad
which by the way, I know a lot of people say drow, but we say Dro because, you know, I read it before I heard it.
There's like
Also, just sounds cooler. It just
Flag
flows
from,
better, I think.
Portchester. It's a Danny Cave.
Drow's
Drow's
fine.
back in the day, yeah. That's really good.
Weird. They're surprisingly not as good as you might think. So 23, Taryn,
21.
21. Alton, you had 23?
23.
So Alton, Taryn,
I have minus 20 now.
20, 20 to 15. Anybody? 20 to 15. Okay.
16.
Excellent. Carmack. All right. 15 to 10. 15 to 10. Nobody else? 15 to 10. 10 to 5.
15.
15.
15.
All right.
It says, how do you pronounce Joe? It says Joe is pronounced scum. I was like, yes. Got him.
Brog's got a 6.
Vrogs. Okay, is that everybody?
No,
That's everybody, right?
Knox got a 3.
Attaboy.
Yes.
Coming in.
Rolling
fast.
Spicy hot. Alton, what do you do as you see this chaos ensue? This orb of darkness, globe of darkness just poof, engulfs the mind flares, blocking their view. These 4 elves drop silently in front of you. An acid stream fired behind coats at least one of the guys, and 2 of the others fall unconscious. One of them is still awake behind you, and the elves say, "Come with us. The matron requests your assistance."
What are the rules for holding initiative? Can I let Taryn go before me?
You can only hold your action. I know.
Nuts.
You could rage as a bonus action, then hold your action.
You can also 3 action talk.
True.
This is just like all bad. Like
Okay,
everything in
yeah.
this room is bad right now. Even the people I'm with.
So then just free action.
You're bad. You're bad. You're bad.
Free action. I'm gonna say Taryn. That's all.
All right.
Just see what he says.
That's your whole turn.
No, that's
Okay,
free
okay,
action.
okay.
Can you respond?
Can I respond to him?
Yeah, I mean it's talking, and this is a confusing moment. I'll allow it. Panic though. It's like split seconds. This is all just happening.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him. I'll reach out to him telepathically. Take out the drow.
Oh, yo! As soon as he says that, I rage and lunge, and this is like both fists.
Yeah.
You lunge for the
closest
closest
drow.
stroke.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's drove for you guys. Drought for me.
It all depends on where you're from.
Okay, so
Potato, potato, man.
the fastest you've ever seen me move, I lunge and I put both hands out and I'm gonna clap it.
Oh, you're doing the clap.
Rage beforehand.
Bonus action rage.
Yeah.
You clap attack?
Bam! I'm gonna try to stun this sucker with some claps to the face.
Dude's about to get clapped.
I'm about to give you the clap.
No, not the same thing. Not the same thing.
Okay. So I use the free action, not a bonus action, right?
You use free actions to talk. You just talking and chilling. Bonus
Okay.
action.
16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Okay.
You see his eyes go
Then a-
wide
Then a
immediately as you lunge.
23 and then a
Ooh, side
13.
note.
Does 13 hit?
Your attacks roll at disadvantage
Oh, okay. Then let me
because
reroll
there is
all of
very
them.
low light in here.
Okay. First attack. 1. Will a 10 hit?
10 does not.
Okay. Then
As
I
you
miss.
lunge towards him and he pulls back.
Second attack.
Wait. Hey, do you have reckless stuff?
Yeah, I can reckless.
Okay, then it would be a
Straight.
straight
So
roll.
does that give me a third roll then?
No, it just would be a
Just
straight.
take when
10
you
was
just
the
when you
first
just
one.
take his
The
first
one
one.
was a 10.
Roll him again. Roll him
Okay.
again.
The
Just roll
second
them
one, okay, so 28.
28
First
will
attack.
hit.
Okay, first one hits. Straight roll.
That's all
second one,
you, pig.
12. And then the third attack, 19. So
Okay,
two
so,
hits.
so these are single hands if you're doing three
Yes.
three swings?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm
Oh, so you're routing them.
RPing it. I'm gonna clap
okay.
and then elbow to the face. So
Okay,
one
so
hit,
that's
2
the-
hand.
got
elbow.
Yep.
Bam, bam, bam. Got it.
So 16 on first.
Sick.
11 on the second,
This is your damage?
and 12 on the third. Yep.
Okay.
16, 11, 12.
Yeah, so you
Yep.
your hands almost clap completely together.
Oh my goodness.
As you feel you just
Flat
feel
in
this
his
thing
face.
impact.
Yes.
So your second 2 attacks can go for different targets.
Then yeah, I'm gonna go for the one
So he
next to it.
drops. All right, so you continue to move.
So the next one?
So then let's RP that differently. Then I'm
Yep.
gonna elbow this dude in the face, and then use the other. Since it's two attacks on the second one, I'm gonna crack
Yeah,
the second.
and you elbow this dude to the face, and his neck just like shifts over. It doesn't even like
Yes.
fold his head. It hits so fast, it just pushes his neck to the side as he
Yes.
collapses to the ground.
So as I hit that dude, I go, "Shaboy!" And then I go next one. Okay, so then it was 16 and then 12 on the next two attacks.
Yes, damage or two. I mean, they all have the same
damage.
AC. So 16, you go to the second guy, and you slam this guy.
Is he dead too?
Yeah, you pizza this guy. You just this viscera just spews all over your face.
Am I able to keep moving with the third
Also-
attack?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Oh my
You still have speed. You still have speed.
Just wrecking house, dude. My boy's just destroying. You just dunked
And
on
what was your
12
third
on
move?
the third one's damage.
So with this last one, so it's just like wham, you go up to the second guy, slam it into this,
And then just straight throat punch this guy.
yeah, and he like drops to a knee almost, but then stands back up.
So he's alive?
Yes.
He's
Okay,
hurting
so
now.
then as my bonus action,
You
You
raged.
rage.
oh crap! Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. Okay, I was gonna do my telekinetic
Good turn,
flash
though.
and see if I
Good-
can spear them all.
Good turn though. Taryn, you're up.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna shift my mastery, my psychic focus, to mastery of light and darkness, and I no longer am affected by natural or magical darkness.
Okay.
So what do I see? I mean basically can see everything that just happened, right?
Yes.
The one on the ground, I'm gonna have Duncan go over and
You
Fine
also
attack.
see, this is not something you could see before, but you also see several of the Drow are within the darkness. Correct?
okay. How many?
There are 4. The red
In it?
the red coloration is the Drow. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's
I can't. Okay, so how many Drow are there total left standing? 5?
6.
6. All right, I'm gonna send Duncan to bite the first one. That's half bet. He already hit.
Okay. So the throat, then he just kind of scurries along, like I'll say that he kind of floats over the top of him, lands up on this guy.
Well, that's pretty good. I mean, it's gonna be like 25.
Hit.
Okay. It's
And you do
also
not need to roll for
butt
damage. He had 1 HP left. So Duncan just pounces on this guy. And you can see it. He just crunches into this guy about the neck. And it goes all the way down to, below his pec. And just crunches in. There's another just blur of
Yeah.
viscera.
He's big now. He can eat things whole.
And then he just like flips him like a T-Rex would, and just like you see this body just go full ragdoll. Just you hear bones crunch. Just the,
And then he's gonna whip around his tail and stab the other one in the chest with his tail.
So as he does this, as the first one dies, I'm going to attempt to chest bump him, and he's gonna. I'm just gonna completely whiff. Oh god!
Oh gosh.
Catch one, boy.
That's a 28.
that'll hit.
It needs to make a DC, a Constitution save.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Con save, 18.
That's safe. So he's gonna take half damage, but he takes 12 damage of piercing damage, and then I'm gonna roll for the poison damage.
No need. Like he had 13 HP. He's already done. So the piercing, he's still alive, and you can kind of see this, but Knock, you're close. You have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
So you see like the impact of this thing straight through the sternum. You see it like bulge out of his back a little bit, but he's awake. And as the wyvern pulls his tail back, you can see just this gout of dark liquid just ooze out of his mouth, immediately foams, and he drops to the ground dead as well.
Okay, and now how many of the mind flayers got taken out initially?
Okay, so
Yeah.
one is unconscious.
2 is unconscious but about to take damage. 3 is unconscious. 4 is okay. So only these 3 were knocked out.
I'm gonna go to the one that just almost is about to take damage.
Okay. You just so you know, the reason he's about to take damage is because he is coated in acid.
All right, I'll wipe it off. Is that an action to wipe it off?
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
Okay. Instead, I'm gonna use healing hand on him.
Okay.
Is he
and-
still going to take damage the next time?
Yes. So what happens is that, just so you know, the spell damages him at the start of his turn, so he is not yet. Well, I mean, he's taken a little bit of damage, but not anything substantial.
Yeah, but he automatically takes failed death saves, right? If he's damaged.
Depends on how much HP he takes or damage he
If
takes, right?
he is,
You're going to want to get the acid off is what I'm getting.
if he's
Well, no,
dead,
because
if he's dying, then he will take he would take failures to his death save. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna bring him up. He can wipe himself off.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him up.
Go back there. This is at the beginning of this turn, right?
Yeah.
So we might just go right
Okay.
back down.
So how much do you use to heal him?
It's just my spell. It's just my level. So it's 9 hit points.
9 hit points. All right.
You see 9 nipples?
Yep.
Mm,
9 of them. Odd number.
9 hit points.
Hit points.
Okay. Is that your turn, Terry?
And then I'll reach out. I mean, when I said that to Taryn or to Alton, I would have said it to the group, like take out the dro.
I understood.
It's kind of
My helmet's turned on. Just kidding. Never hear a thing.
I ain't hearing nothing.
All right.
I'm
So
everything is ruined.
with that, it is the Dro turn.
We got the advantage. We get to go.
Makes
Yes.
sense. That may make sense. They're quick. Yeah.
Actually, as well as you rolled with 15, you're still pretty far down the line. So.
Yeah.
Nobody speaks Undercommon, I assume.
Nope.
hold on.
Hold on.
Nope.
Stand by
I
one.
gotta find languages. So. No. Common, Goblin, Infernal, and Halfling.
Speaks Celestial and Primordial.
I do.
You,
I feel
I actually do.
you
feel like
you
Goblin
say,
should have it.
I got common speech. It says give in undercover. Well, I guess it would have all these.
Why don't Goblins have Undercommon?
you just have to pick it. So Kaszuuth, you hear one of the Drow say, "Go, someone must tell the queen." And this guy starts off this way and passes through a small crack in the wall. There's an attack of opportunity at disadvantage.
But he gets hit.
Yeah, so he slips through. The remaining Drow begin a barrage of attacks. Let's see. First guy. Okay. That's it. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, that takes us to Telgrin. Receiving a phone call, so I'm going to mute this for a moment.